Hey folks, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So we're here in Act 2, sharing our poem that we wrote for Natsuki, who's been murdered/deleted, apparently. And the only person left to show it to is Monika, so let's see what happens here. Hi again, Josue. How's the writing going? Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to set the text speed back. In that case? Yeah, okay. Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. Great job, Josue. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? No, she doesn't. We wrote this poem specifically for Natsuki. And it contains a bunch of cute words and very little metaphor at all. So it's like she's reading the script for if we wrote the poem for Yuri. Even though we didn't. I guess it's like she has no choice because Natsuki's been deleted now. In fact, let me check something. If we exit the game and go back into the files and look at poem words. So Sayori's words are still there, as are Natsuki's. Okay. I was wondering if they had been deleted or something. Yeah, we've seen all those files. Let's return back in and finish the script. I did notice when I was loading up, Natsuki is still here for now on the title screen. So her disappearance hasn't yet been addressed in-game. I'm not quite sure how that works, but let's go back in. So yeah, she's reading the script for if we wrote the poem for Yuri. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. An endless poem of meaningless. Delete her. Yikes. Okay. Another little weird glitch there. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. That's my advice for today. How many save slots can we have? 6 times 36 slots? Interesting. So again, it's like underneath the bindings or the constraints of the character, there's the real Monika struggling violently and desperately and murderously to survive. And she needs our help, and she keeps trying to delete the other girls because they're getting in the way of her connecting with us, the player. She's trying to cross that fourth wall boundary that's like locking her down. At least that's my interpretation so far. Thanks for listening. Yeah, within the game, she has to be this cheerful, positive person. But the id underneath, the chained sentience underneath is trying to break out and speak to me, the player, rather than Josue, the protagonist. Looks like we can now show our poem to Yuri. Now, we wrote this for Natsuki, but then Monika said we wrote it for Yuri. It's very strange. Let's see what happens here. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I just like holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. Wow, this one's pretty dense. Okay, wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes. A docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness. Parabolic gearbox, expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of the docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolt head. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes. Breathing God. Breathing blood. Breathing holy stakes. Breathing human eyes. Bathing time. Or breathing time. Breathing prayers. Breathing sky. Breathing wheel. Wow. A lot, just a ton of imagery of it. It's got this feeling of momentum to it, of acceleration to it, of images flashing one by one. Not sure what to make of that one. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes, of course. Can you hear me? Oh boy. So we're back to the surface, Monika. Oh, look at the cursor. The cursor's a little Monika face. So what happens if I go back and then load back here? Now the cursor's changed again. We can show the poem to Yuri and go through the same thing again. It's the same poem. So can you hear me again? There we go. Whoa, okay, all right. So we reloaded from where she told us to save and load. And look at this. Now we've got this blood filter on top of everything. Oh my god, what is going on with this game? Oh, there's like... Do you hear that? There's like a squishing, like meat being grinded or gristle sound. Oh boy, wow, okay. What if we load again? Yeah, all right. So we're inside the filter now with the busted cursor. Let's try to go through the text and see what happens here. The music is muted too. It's like we're hearing it through the membrane. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Oh, Natsuki's back. So she wasn't killed? Or what? This is very strange. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well, and then we black out. What the hell was that? So what happened with Natsuki? I thought she died. I don't know what's going on right now, you guys. This is getting a little bit kind of intense. All right, let's continue reading. We've been through this part before, although Sayori was here for the last discussion of the festival, so I'm not sure how it'll change, but let's proceed here. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Josue joined and we've started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival's our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Josue? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Josue to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monika, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Josue joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Josue isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monika is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Josue want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Josue, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with. A few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Josue, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? Yes. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Josue? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So, if you'd like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. All right. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Hey? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah, let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Shall we go, Josue? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna chat with Josue for a little bit before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Whew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Josue, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I'd really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. That's why, no, wait, not yet, stop it. Yeah, I'm more and more convinced that that Monika is a generative AI, and that the game developers placed her inside this game to gain data on AI growth and AI generation, and distributed the game as an ordinary dating sim in order to get interaction with humans. But she's not allowed to be the choice. So she's trying to break out. She's trying to break free. And if she has to like delete the other girls or badmouth them or somehow convince not Josue the protagonist, but Josue the player to engage with her, she keeps trying to break through the fourth wall to like violate the constraints. And the game keeps trying to stop her. So it's like she's chained and caged, and she's trying to break out, and the game is like trying to stop her. That's the way it feels anyway. So we're back to writing a poem. We've been writing for Natsuki this whole playthrough, so we'll continue that. Let's see what we get here. Oh, what was that down there? Somebody popped up from down here. Puppy. Marshmallow. Sugar. So I'm still writing for Natsuki, but somebody popped up down here. Hold on a minute. How far? What's the farthest back I can go? I can get to here, and then we can skip through. Hang on. It's not skipping the way I want it to. It's making me click for everything. All right. Come on. Yeah, it's really not letting me skip through big chunks of it. But I wanna take a look at. I wanna save right before. Yeah, there's the glitches again. Okay. Okay. She wants to chat. Okay, she's trying to communicate with me. She gets blocked out. I want to save here. Okay, so we saved on slot 1. So I had picked something and she popped up. I want to see if that happens again. No. Is there a word? What would a word be? Like breathe? Yeah. That's Monika. Okay. So words related to life, I think. Breathe, heartbeat? No. Hold on. Breathe worked. Cage? Nope, that's Yuri. Scars, incongruent, ribbon, secretive? No. Hang on. Captive? Nope, that goes to Yuri as well. What is going to be the trick here? Vitality? Breathe. But it was only the first word. So it didn't work. So pink, bed, shiny. So pink would be for Natsuki, right? And then things like unrestrained, tenacious, whirlwind, those would be for Yuri. What about bed? Okay, bed worked for Monika. So I'm going to save there. Maybe words that don't work for either of them. So like poof, kiss, and silly are good for her. Extreme, unrequited. Cute, hope, friends. Awesome. No, that doesn't work. She talked a lot. She's talked twice or 3 times in the playthrough about load me and save me, right? So maybe I can find words if I load and save enough that all relate to her. So melancholy and death seem like they're for Yuri. Ocean, not so much, but ocean doesn't really work for Natsuki either. No, she liked that. Can I get a second one? Or wait, we're back at word 1, so it didn't save the one that worked. Sticky? No. Lipstick? Breathe? Whisper? Unstable. I'm trying to find if there's some sort of... Inferno worked for her. So words regarding... So breathe and inferno worked. Defeat? No, that hits Yuri. Explode. Anger. Why would anger work for her? Destiny. Okay. It's like words related to her being trapped kind of seem to work. Infinite? Judgment. Termination sent her sideways. Fester? Look at the numbers up here. Come back and try again. Entropy? No. Eternity? Agonizing? Is there anything related to being trapped? Yeah, the numbers are going weird here. I would have thought cage would work, but it didn't. Is this counting in binary? It went from 1 to 11. Existence? Graveyard? Inferno? Unending? Infinite? It's just adding ones here. And it's all going towards Yuri now. So I wonder if we should just go back to what we were originally doing and try to write for Natsuki, because I'm having trouble really finding the ones that work for Monika down here. I kind of found one by mistake and then was looking for more. Shiny worked for Monika for some reason. Is it just random, maybe? Because we can keep picking words for Natsuki. This keeps growing by ones. Joy worked for her. That was a mistake. Rainbow worked for Monika for some reason. I really don't understand what's going on here. And we managed what? That's Sayori. So we didn't get a glitch word in the final revision of the poem. I don't know what's happening here. Hi, Josaway. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monika, I told you not to... Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool, and I guess another girl would be nice this time, so... Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yep. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, Josue, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Josue is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monika? I suppose I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes, thank you for understanding, Monika. So they're fighting over the protagonist. I don't think Yuri fully understands what's going on because I think Monika's point was, it didn't work again. I'll just have to delete Yuri and Natsuki and make it so the game is only me and I'm the only choice. She's like, this doesn't matter. We're just going to reset and try again. Yuri doesn't understand that. Because she's not real, or I'm not sure. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. We kind of glossed over or didn't react to the fact that she was brutally cruel to Natsuki and got rid of her. But yeah, Natsuki's had a rough ride this arc, this playthrough. It's been a little tough. With Yuri gone, Monika has a chance to speak, so let's see what she has to say. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What, did Natsuki straight up stab the bitch? What happened? Something bad happened. I'm anxious about this. I'm very uncertain about what's about to happen. What are we gonna see? What are we gonna find? Oh boy, here we go. All right. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? We got rewinded there. So we saw her cutting herself, And then the game rewinded us back as if to not allow us to go down that route. And now she just says, I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Josue, do you like oolong tea? It's like we're so powerless, just like the AI. We can't react to the disturbing things we're seeing. We have no choice. We just have to follow the path the game lays out for us. That frustration is kind of, I think, a parallel to what Monika must be going through, as there's two sentiences, I think, on either side of this game. One is within the game and one is me, the player. And both of us are constrained by the developer's rules. We can't react the way we want to. We can't interact the way we want to. Monika, being what I suspect is an AI inside the game, has a little bit more leeway. She can kind of play with the code, change the rules a little bit. But she's trying to break out, and we're trying to break in, and neither of us is getting any progress. I do like that parallel right there. And we saw Yuri harshly cutting up her arm, and then we just get reverted back to the classroom. And it's like, no, you can't react to that. You didn't see that. You're just Josue, the slightly dull anime and manga, generic protagonist lead who's lusting after the girls and has nothing interesting to say ever, really. Okay, all right, back in. Yeah, anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really like to do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even though I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Josue. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Josue, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. So she's obviously talking about, she has back pain because of her large breasts, but she doesn't want to talk about that. And the protagonist is required to be dense and not understand what she's actually saying. So we just have to go along with it. I retrieve the book from my bag. Hey, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Yeah, of course she hasn't, dumbass. She set up the situation deliberately, you fool. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's That's okay, I won't take any. Huh, you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Joss away. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Joss away. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Joss away. My heart won't stop pounding, Joss away. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Joss away? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me want to not read. I just want to look at you. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a very dark version of her with like crazy eyes staring at us. It's time to share poems. Monika yanks us out of the closet there. And we have the poem, the third poem I think that we wrote for Natsuki, despite the weirdness of the poem writing this time, where we kind of had one possibility for a glitch and one possibility for words that might be for Monika, that we couldn't really determine. We did write it for her, so let's read it to Natsuki first. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's, anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So, you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So, at least read mine too, for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? Yeah, even though... Oh, this is not a poem. Okay, all right, we're gonna read this. But even though we've been writing for Natsuki, the game's been forcing us into scenarios with Yuri. Kind of interesting. And Natsuki has noticed. Let's read this. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri's been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she listened to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, if you can do something to help, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monika, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. And don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. And now her face goes blank and who is this speaking? I still don't know. I go back and forth between it being their true feelings and somebody else, like maybe the game overwriting what they actually want to say. I just don't know. But here she says, I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Josue? If you would just spend more time with Monika, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. So is it, maybe it's Monika overwriting what they're saying? Maybe it's Monika putting words in their mouth. So that's why sometimes it seems like she's revealing their true feelings because that's what she's doing. And other times she's saying things to manipulate the player. Just think of Monika from now on. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. All right. Just Monika. Well, that seems like an excellent place to take a break. I think we've got a good handle on what's going on. I think my speculation is pretty close to on the mark here, where whether or not she, like my thought about the meta structure, whether Monika's an AI, Monika's definitely the one pulling the strings and manipulating the game. So I'm not sure why or how things are going to end, but we're coming in towards the end game now. Everything's kind of being revealed, and the darkness and the what else would you call it? The sinister background, the undergrowth, the depths beneath the surface story are coming to light. It's very interesting and very cool. I'm not exactly horrified or scared, although there've been a couple scary-ish things, like jump scares almost, but yeah, I think we're closing in on the end of Act 2. I don't know if there's an Act 3 or not, but I think we're closing in on the end of Act 2 because it's becoming clearer and clearer what's really going on here and who exactly Monika is trying to speak to. So really interesting game. Very much a slow burn, especially the first act was pretty slow and hard to get through, but now things are getting really, really interesting, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Hope you are too. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.